Hello, welcome everything. Welcome to Vlogmas 2020, day 6 now. Wow, almost a week. Thanks for sticking in there. If this is your first time tuning in, my name is Kate Madden. I live in Vancouver, British Columbia, on unceded coastal Salish territory, and I'm participating in Vlogmas 2020. It's an exercise that YouTubers do during the month of December to try and upload 25 videos from the 1st all the way to the 25th on Christmas Day. So I guess I'm about 20% through. It's the first weekend of December, and it gets me thinking about, in more normal times, we'd be getting ready to go for Christmas parties this weekend. Last night was Friday, tonight's Saturday, going to a nice hotel, dinner, dancing, drinking, laughing, having fun with coworkers, with friends, with community organizations that we participate with. And this year, it's a lot different. And so, I think, like most of us, I'm suffering from Zoom fatigue and COVID fatigue, but I think there's a light at the end of the tunnel now, so that's kind of nice. But it just got me thinking. I thought I'd share a story, kind of my first time going to a Christmas party in a dress, and it was a couple of years ago, like 2 years ago this weekend. If, I'm doing the math right, and I had just come out like a few months prior and gone full time just a few weeks prior, first week of September, which really wasn't that long ago. And so, it was at one of the smaller offices that I worked with at the time with my colleagues there, and it was about an hour north of Calgary in a smaller town called Red Deer, and a bunch of my coworkers stretched across 250 kilometers in different offices in different small towns. So more rural, community-based clientele. And great people, all of them. And in years past, going to Christmas parties, like I've been in corporate life for eons. So, I've certainly had my fair share of Christmas parties over the years, some better than others and some, I don't even remember now. But it was always like this real struggle for me where, yeah, it was nice that I could get a new tie or a new shirt. Usually I got something pink or something purple, or something to match my spouse's outfit. Maybe a new haircut. Like that was really the extent of my preparation. But, watching my spouse get ready, or, seeing coworkers get ready, and knowing that I was just putting a suit and tie on. It always felt really stifling, and I didn't feel like I was expressing my true self ever. But it was always a good time, and it was something I always did enjoy, for sure. And so the first time I got to go to a Christmas party after coming out, it was pretty cool. Like, normally when I would go to the Christmas party there, I would roll into town, grab a drink with a client, or something, pre-game if you will, pick up my spouse and go to the party. But this time I had to get ready. And I was still really struggling with hair, with makeup. I'd only been doing it for a very short while, much less walking in heels. Like I had just gotten my first pair of heels a couple of weeks before, 3 weeks before. And I picked up a dress, a Michael Kors dress, from a local consignment store in Calgary, called Vespucci. It was really great. Beautiful blue dress, but it like really cut down here, and it showed some, at the time, non-existent cleavage. The hem was pretty short, and shorter than I'd ever worn. I felt really exposed, to put it mildly. But yeah, like it was a different experience getting ready, preparing myself. It took about 3 hours to do what little hair I had, to get my makeup right, to feel comfortable. And it was an interesting experience, walking through the hotel lobby, being pulled aside by another woman there, who just wanted to tell me how great I looked, how great my makeup looked, how beautiful my shoes were, and like she wouldn't stop. It started making me feel really uncomfortable. It was one of those moments where I wasn't sure, was I being clocked, and you know, somebody was being overly friendly in their allyship, in turn making me feel uncomfortable, or just a super nice lady who was being nice to someone else. And I have learned over the last couple of years that it's very normal for women to give each other compliments, and I've learned to accept it without feeling as uncomfortable as I did at the time. Also, to give compliments as well, to comment on outfits or makeup or hair or whatever. And it's a fun thing, actually. I've come to enjoy it. But yeah, I got to the dinner. It was fine. Like everybody knew, there's about 50 people there, 50, 60 people. Everybody knew about me, of course. Like the email had gone out weeks prior. But it was the first time a lot of them had actually seen me, presenting female. So that was kind of an interesting experience as well. It wasn't like I was coming out and that everybody knew, but I was in a way, stepping onto the stage for the first time, in front of a lot of colleagues there. And it was fine. I was misgendered a couple of times, and, in retrospect, like, it was still, a few people, it was their first time being around me, and so they were getting used to it, and I let it slide. I didn't correct anyone that night. At one point it did hurt when, someone had too much to drink and they misgendered me. Not aggressively, but just like they were just talking quickly, and, but that was the only point that I was like, a couple of other things that I noticed, like sometimes when people are complimenting you, it can feel a little transphobic in that they're like, oh, I wish I could do my makeup like you. I wish I could do my eyeshadow like you. Or it's not fair that you can walk in heels and I can't. And, it's almost as if like I'm put aside from the other women, wherein I shouldn't be able to do that because I was assigned male at birth, whereas, they were assigned female at birth, and they have more right to it, perhaps. I don't know. Like, I spent a lot of time on YouTube watching different tutorials. I've made tutorials now at this point about eye makeup. And so, yeah, it's an interesting experience to hear that, to feel it. I tend to kind of brush it off, and it's never malicious in its intent, but, there's an undercurrent of something there that I still haven't been able to put my finger on. Just doesn't leave me feeling really great. Near the end of the night, after the dinner, it was a casino night. I was talking with a colleague's wife, and we were talking about skincare and makeup and stuff. And, I'd known her for some time, but after a few moments of talking, I looked around the table, and I noticed it was just all women at the table, and all the guys had gone to play cards and stuff, and I hadn't been invited, where normally, in years prior, I would have been at the card table, or pulled away. And so I thought that was kind of funny, and I just noticed it. I was like, okay, well, this is my life now, and, I wasn't missing it, I wasn't uncomfortable, and I did go play cards later. But it was interesting to notice it, to experience it, and just to feel that kind of, I guess, exclusion from, what was a male event. It was largely an uneventful evening, like dinner, rubber chicken, like, several drinks. A colleague drove me back to my hotel, and that was that. Like, it came, it went, and that was my first time at the Christmas party, the office Christmas party, in a dress, and presenting as myself, being as myself, and it was something I look back on with a smile. And if you're watching this wondering when you'll get that chance, well, after COVID, I hope you do. So that's Vlogmas Day 6. Thanks for sticking in there. If you're watching a few of these and you haven't had a chance yet, please like, subscribe. hit that notification bell. You'll find that I'll pop up on your screen as well. About 15% of you have hit that notification bell, so thank you. And we'll see you tomorrow for day 7.